Hey, what's going on everybody? Boilon here, and in today's video, we are here to talk about the release event for Zombie Juggernaut. We're also here to talk about the final main event for the month-long of October, which is going to be the Unkillable Force, and also this Unstoppable Undead event campaign. We're going to have to, farm on this in order to get some of the event points that you're going to need. It's also going to include things like War and Power Cores and things like that as well, and War with Undying. We're going to talk about all that and more in today's video, and how you're going to get as far as you possibly can in this event, and exactly what you're going to need to know for this. So if you're ready to go, everybody, let's boil this down. Now, I forgot to do my little recap of where I am. Yes, I am recording this from Wales still. I'm feeling a lot better as far as my COVID stuff, and so yeah, I think I'm sounding a little bit better as well. And my cough, basically, I have a mild cough, and that's really about it. So hopefully, I can start enjoying my holiday a little bit more coming soon. Now, I just wanted to kind of do a recap. This is going to be my final recap of the month of October. So as you can see down here, we finally finished filling in all the blanks now for all the stuff that we know. So Unkillable Force, which is what we're talking about today, is worth 108,000 points plus the event item. 39,000 points from Skeletal Standoff. That's the Cosmic Crucible Alliance event milestone that's coming up, and the final Quick Rumble later on this week. This brings us to a free-to-play subtotal of 989,000. So what this means is that if you've kept up to date with pretty much everything this month, that you will have a surplus of roughly 90,000 points, rounding up. Now, that also means that if you miss something, or you didn't max out some of the alliance-based milestones, then fret not, that you will actually have a little bit of wiggle room. So that's pretty good there too. Now, moving on to the actual event itself, and I kind of want to bring up the chart really quickly first. So you guys have probably seen this, maybe not. This is the Unkillable Force chart, and the kind of rewards that we're getting from this. Now, there's not a lot of Juggernaut zombie shards in here. There's 15. That being said, I think where a lot of the shards are coming from, and unless I'm way off point, is from this orb that you're going to be getting by farming this event campaign. So you're going to be wanting to do the challenge difficulty, which is essentially their hard mode difficulty, and you can use whatever characters you want, and you're going to be farming, and through this you're going to be getting orb fragments, which you're going to get shards for Juggernaut Zombie. The shards are also going to be important because there's going to be currency within the shards. I hate this, the fact that you're opening an orb to get a currency to get you points to the milestones is absolutely goddamn stupid. We'll take a look at that as well in the chart here. You can see it actually. So down below, earn 1 Crimson Tombstone. Maybe it's cut off on the side. My apologies if it is. Anyways, it says earn 1 Crimson Tombstone. You get 1 points for that. These Crimson Tombstones are inside the orb that you're earning from the event campaign. So it's like a currency within a currency. Honestly, I think that's really stupid. But we're going to move on to the actual math part. And it's actually pretty... I've simplified this quite a bit. I'm going to zoom in one more time, actually. Can we get 200%? And so this is Unkillable Force. It's a 7-day event. You're going to be spending event energy, plus doing war battles, and you get more points with Undying, although you only have to do this once. And because this is a 7-day event, you're going to have probably 3 wars to do this. And you're also going to need to do some daily core spending, which will be part of the web milestone, which we'll talk about. So 239,000 points, right? That's like all the way to bottom to milestone 20, which we know is not going to happen. Honestly, I don't actually know how far that you're going to be able to get exactly, because the thing that we don't know about with this event is we don't know how much of this event currency is going to be in the orbs, and what the estimated value of the orbs is and things like that. So I think this is something that I'm going to have to update again later on. But, what we do know so far is that to get to the event item, and which is, I guess, the 15 Juggernaut shards, is not going to be that difficult to get. So this part is pretty easily to clear. What I don't know is how far down the milestones are we actually going to get. Now, if you remember, how I've described events lately, is we're not really getting that far anymore. We're typically getting to like maybe milestone 15, 16 at most. And a lot of these other ones are whalestone. So I would be a bit shocked, given the kind of amount of dark promotion credits that are further down here, if we would get past 16. I think 16 is... I'm going to assume that's probably like your free-to-play maximum, but I don't know. 100%. It's also going to depend on things like this. You get additional points depending on how high your zombie juggernaut stars are, your Iron Man zombie stars. For the purposes of this math video, I have assumed that people have 7 yellow Hela. I think that's pretty reasonable, but I haven't included anything beyond like unlocking Iron Man zombie. I'm not going to assume people have a 5-star Iron Man zombie either, because I think there just hasn't been a lot of shards available for him, so I don't want to assume that you can do that. So let's go back to this anyways. Things we don't know, 63,000 points. This is the goal. This is the goal here. Free claims we don't really know. Lately that's been about 1,000 points. We seem to get like 500 fragments plus 500 milestone points, something like that. But I don't want to guess. Like if we go back to one of the other events, which one was this? The Dark Hawk event. We had about 1,000 total milestone points daily. So that was pretty good, but I don't want to assume that that's going to be the case for every single event. So I'm just going to leave it blank. But when the event does go live on Monday, I will be sure to update at least on Discord so people are aware of like what the grand total final is and sort of what the free claims are and all that things. Web milestone points. This is going to be a lot of points here. Now, hopefully you have cores available to spend. In this instance, I think the cores you're probably going to want to spend are on the event campaign itself when this unlocks here. That's going to be really important for you to do. But there's a huge gap in terms of how much power cores you want to spend. So this is the web milestone. And you get Crimson Tombstones. So that's the points that are basically in my box there. And for 300 power cores, you can get 3,000 Crimson Tombstones. But this goes up to 500 cores daily and 800 cores daily. And this is a lot of power cores to spend every single day. So for the purposes of this, we're doing milestone 3, which is 300 cores daily. I think that's more reasonable. If you want to do more, you can. That's great. That's there. But 21,000 over 7 days is basically what we're looking at for what I would say reasonable web milestone points. Although you will be able to go all the way up to 48,000 total over the 7 days because there's a lot of extra points up for grabs, up to 6,000 points daily. So quite a bit. Oh, wait, is this, sorry, 6,000? 4,000, 6,000. Did I miscalculate? Is that 42,000 then actually? I think that's 42,000. My bad, sorry guys. Change that back. For 800 cores daily, which is really unreasonable in my opinion. So yeah, stick to the 300 cores daily. That's my recommendation there. 21,000 points is quite a lot towards the event anyways. So again, you can see the limits here. So you get a total of 30 war battles, which will give you 1,000 points each up to 30,000. So that's stuff that everyone should be able to do. Shouldn't be a problem. Once you do unlock Juggernaut Zombie, you will get 1,000 points for using him in a war. Maybe by the end of by the third war, you can probably use him in a battle. Zombie Iron Man will give you 800 points as well. Like I said, you get like scaling points for 5+ star, but that's really unreasonable for most of us. But Hela 7-star actually gives you a pretty bulk amount of points of 6,000. So if you look at this chart over here, it cuts off a little bit. 400 for base Hela, 800 for 5-star, 1,600 for 6-star, 3,200 for 7-star. That's cut off a little bit, but it's a lot of points that adds up. So you get 6,000 for a 7-star Hela. So I added up all of these things. Right, and that gets us to 58,800 points. And that's pretty close to the 63,000 that we need. I would assume with the free claim, that's pretty much the event item right there. And so that's going to give us the milestone 11, which is the cat suit and the Juggernaut shards. Beyond that, if you want the 7 red star Hela further down, you're going to probably have to farm the event campaign. Which is here, of course. And while this isn't unlocked yet, we can actually go to msf.gg, and we can actually take a look at what you're actually getting through this. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. This is the hard mode, or the challenge mode difficulty. Actually, zoom out one. So you can see over here on this... No, sorry, I was trying to fit that in. So you get some guaranteed Iron Man zombie shards. This is node number 1. You're also getting these viral orb fragments. So this is the stuff that you're going to be farming. You're going to be farming this stuff to open those orbs to what I presume is Juggernaut shards inside of that, and the Crimson Tombstones. How many though? I don't know. It's not going to be in the orb. Sorry, it's not going to be in the store until the event goes live. So that's kind of data that I'm not really able to share with you. What's really interesting, there's 5 nodes total, and they have the same rewards. And for those of you who were here last Halloween with Zombie Iron Man, it basically didn't matter which node you farmed. They gave you the kind of the same stuff every single time that you put energy into it. And so you could farm node 1, node 2, node 3, 4, 5. There's 5 nodes. There is some guaranteed Zombie Iron Man shards here, so you want to do each of them at least once. But beyond that, it didn't really matter which one that you were using for that, and you would just get the same rewards. Anyways, there is a difference, though, if you do want to do the bonus difficulty. So if we click on that, as you can see here, there's 5 different nodes. And if you click on that, there is going to be An interesting frame, a candy corn frame, plus a bunch of free rewards. Now, in order to access this, though, you do need to have a 3+ star Juggernaut zombie, and each node actually scales. I believe it starts at 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7 for the 5 different nodes. So do keep that in mind, that it's not easy to access. So this is for the 3-star version. I can't believe I'm actually going through this. This is going to be for the 4-star. You're getting, I hope it's more than 20 armory or fragments, but maybe you're able to actually farm it, and you get this, maybe? I'm not sure. As part of farming the nodes? Not entirely sure about this one. And then the 5-star one, you get 600 dark promos and 2 million blue 4 ions with 2 million gold. And 6-star, you're going to get a bunch of G18 minis, things like this as well, and a million blue 5 ions. I'm not going to go through all of this, actually, so I'm going to stop it there. But my point is that, yeah, you need to get scaling star ranks for Zombie Iron Man. From what I understand, from what I kind of remember from Zombie Iron Man... Did I say Zombie Iron Man? I meant Zombie Juggernaut. But from what I remember from the Zombie Iron Man event, you know, don't expect anything more than a 2 or 3-star Zombie Juggernaut. I think that's the amount of like total shards that you can expect to get from this event. It's nothing big because they want you to spend money on this. This is a very limited time special character that you're probably not going to see for some time. So my hope is that the stuff that you're getting inside the viral orb fragments, which includes the points that we need for the event campaign for the Crimson Tombstone, is decent. And that way, we'll kind of look at this again when the event actually goes live, or at least I will be, you know, both on Discord and whatnot. And if I need to do an update video, I will at that point in time. But I do want to talk about Skeletal Standoff really quick, because this is going to be important. I think this launches around the same time. So this is the Cosmic Crucible event. Doesn't have any gold in it like the Werewolf Warzone and stuff does, but nonetheless, the points might be useful or might be important for you to get all the event currency for this event. So you want to get to about 330,000 to get all the Cat's Head amulets. There's a bunch of character shards in here that might still be of some use for you guys. But essentially, yeah, you need to still win Cosmic Crucible battles. That being said, they're giving you bonus points for new warriors at gear tier 16, 17, and 18. I don't know about 18, but, you know, a lot of people do have new warriors at gear tier 16, so there's a lot of bonus points across your alliance that you can pick up here. And then, of course, there's going to be allied supply orb fragments, which you're going to find in the free claim. And I think that's about it for the Cosmic Crucible one. And it should be pretty reasonable to get all the event currency. Just don't expect too much more. And honestly, there's not a lot of great stuff in here anyway, so I wouldn't... There's some blue 5 ion orbs, but at the end of the day, it's Cosmic Crucible. And don't expect too much out of that. So I think that's everything that I wanted to cover regarding this. It's nothing super complicated. Just make sure you're farming this every day. And if you're doing your cores, making sure that you're, you know, putting your power cores into the event campaign energy, which you can then farm to get more of these viral orb fragments, which hopefully there's some event currency in there that we can use towards the milestone. Guess that's a bit it. I really hope that we can at least get the 7 red Hella free to play. I'll kind of update the chart. I'm not going to be posting the chart right away or anything like that. I'm going to maybe kind of look to see what it looks like when the event goes live, especially when we get the estimated value of the currency, the event currency from those viral orb fragments. That way we kind of know what our expectations are on a daily basis and how far we might be able to get down the milestone, especially if we're able to get that 7 red Hella free to play or not. So that's going to be everything, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, of course, and until next time, stay safe and healthy, because I'm still trying to do that, and I'll see you all later. Boilon, signing out.